Hello everyone, it's Livia here, aka Story Minded, and I'm back with another book recommendation video. I've just finished adding to my first draft of A Human's Touch, which I'm really excited about. I'm actually really enjoying the first draft process, and I'm just trying to push myself to try and keep going with it and keep inspiration up and keep momentum up for it. I'm currently on 18,200 and something-ish words. And the story's progressing quite nicely. I'm getting some nice, even in the first draft, I feel like I'm getting some nice sentences in there, which is quite good for a first draft because I know the majority of it is probably a load of BS, but you know, that is the writing process. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick book recommendation video for Cecelia Ahern, Lyrebird. And now, Cecelia Ahern is, well, she's a best-selling author, and I've heard about her for quite a few years now, and I've never had a chance to pick up any of her books, but she's always been one of these authors that I've sort of thought, I'd like to give her books a go, because they just sort of appeal to like the type of stories that I like to read. I did actually end up really enjoying Lyrebird, but in the beginning or throughout the story, I'm so glad I stuck with it, because early on I was debating whether to keep reading, and I think it had a lot to do with the fact, and this is not meant to be nasty or an insult to Cecelia, she is a lovely writer, she has like really lovely prose, and I really admired her realistic dialogue and her well developed characters and the actual uniqueness of her character Laura, who is the Lyrebird. I really enjoyed, because this girl has the ability of a lyrebird to like mimic sounds that we hear, and I really like that. I like characters that have a bit of a quirky, in a contemporary setting, but something quirky about them. But I just felt that in the beginning it's written in present tense, which can sometimes be a bit jarring. Like usually if a story is strong, present tense doesn't really bother me, but for some reason in the beginning I found it really hard to get into. I found the present tense was quite, not distracting, but it was the main issue that I had in the beginning was that a lot of the time there was a lot of overtelling, or what this is just my personal opinion, other people might disagree with me, but for me there was a lot of overtelling, and it was just with little things like Cecelia uses really, like her dialogue is really strong, which I really liked in her writing, but with the speech tags I would get the emotion from the dialogue alone, and then she'd add a speech tag on that described, like with adverbs and stuff, and like it would describe how the character said something, and I was sitting there and I was thinking, I got that from the dialogue. I know that character's emotion just from the dialogue alone because it's so strong, and it just sort of took me out of the story a little bit because my brain just kept going. I think it's probably the aspiring author in me that was sort of sitting there and thinking, but you didn't need to say that. Economy, you could cut those words. But apart from that, like it really picked up. Like I had to battle through the beginning, but once it got going, I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the characters and I enjoyed the story. I also have another book of Cecilia's. I have The Marble Collector, which I think was actually before like Lyrebird, so it'll be interesting to read that. But I'm currently reading a book that I absolutely love, and this one's written in present tense as well, which is quite funny. I'm currently reading, sorry I was just glancing over because it's on my bed, it's The Power by Naomi Alderman, and I actually got it recommended to me because on Facebook, Penguins sometimes have these random pop-ups where they're like, oh, type into the comments section what books you like to read and we'll let you know, we'll recommend a book to you that you might enjoy. And I sort of talked about, like, I like a bit of psychological thriller stuff and contemporary, and I like to mix of genres, but I said I'm the type of reader that really enjoys religious elements in text, and they recommended me The Power, and I'm so glad they did because it's amazing. I can't put it down. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick update video on book recommendations, and I definitely do recommend it. Cecelia is a really good writer. There was just a little bit of over explaining at points, and I was just like, no, don't do this. You should never underestimate your reader's intelligence or the power of your dialogue, because like sometimes I think it's okay to sort of explain the speech tags, but a lot of the time, if your dialogue is strong enough, just leave it alone, because your reader should be able to interpret emotions just from the dialogue alone. You don't need to have it like sort of not spoon-fed, but you don't need like a massive neon sign saying this is what my character is like. It was just little stuff like that. But anyway, good luck with all your writing projects, or if you're reading books, I hope you're enjoying them, and I hope to make another video soon. Bye!